See, this is exactly why I'm a cat person. I don't have to worry about bionic dogs spraying me in the face with a urine stream of fire. Instead, I just have to worry about the cats being all weird again.
We share the same brain and are intellectually superior to you in every way, Father.
Tell me something I don't know. Man's best friend is perfect if you ever wanted a cross between Cujo and the Terminator, or at least a dog built by Weyland-Yutani, something from either franchise. Look, we have Lance Henriksen right there. He'll bring the dog back. Also, make sure it's heartwarming too. The dog will be looked after by Sheedy, just like she did with another escaped science project, only if number Johnny 5 went around eating cats like an R-rated Alf. Cinematographer Mark Irwin knows family-friendly dogs. He worked on some classic TV series like Phantom Pups, Super Pups, and Pup Academy. No clue if they killed the mailman in those. But director John LaFia will do for the pet world what he did for the toy world, as he was a co-writer on Child's Play and the director of Child's Play 2. A sign that someone will get torched in this. Now, it's easy to make jokes about the dog being a robot, but not so. Despite the box cover suggesting he's a robot dog, he's not. He's genetically modified, but I'm used to that kind of trickery. I just did an episode on Chopping Mall, which not once had a cyborg hand giving me my groceries of body parts. No matter, I am all for watching the long-lost pilot movie, The $6 Million Dog. We can rebuild him. We have the squeaky toys.
I'm watching my video. I'm watching my video. Oh, watching my video. Sure looks good to me.
Man's Best Friend may be a gimmicky horror film, but at least it opens with a history lesson of how dogs were always there through history, at King Arthur's side, wiping out Napoleon, posing for the credits of a Cheers spin-off about dogs. But then when the paintings start getting more gruesome and sinister, the dogs figured it was time to revolt. I've seen this movie, lest you forget the nature run-amok 70s classic Dogs. I wish those movies were runaway successes. We could have had a versus film with Lassie. But here at Emax Research, we haven't had the funds yet to fully stock any employees. We spent most of the money on the kick-ass sign out front. We have some workers plotting to figure out how to work the name Max into even more features of the company. Even the dog is named Max. He's got an intro credit in the opening. That will be the perfect story for ace reporter Lori Tanner, the Wayne Gale of the film. If Mickey and Mallory Knox were a Tibetan Mastiff and a Poodle, Judy has the scoop on all the experiments they've been doing on the animals.
Why don't you meet me at 8:30 at the North Gate, and don't be late. I can't afford to get in trouble.
That's right, she needs to connect with her before Judy falls into a barrel of chemicals and turns into a rabbit supervillain. Something isn't right here.
Por favor.
This building could have at least hired security. They can't train the dog to do everything, so instead of showing Max be furious that she switched his dog food from Blue Buffalo to Alpo, it looks like the lab's experiments on rogue cameramen are getting way out of hand. I would watch this story on the news.
How many times have we had this discussion about what we'd do if we got a chance to cover a real story?
If we win a prize for this story, we can actually talk ourselves without the help of ADR. Even though her contact in the facility is dead, it's for the best that she walks in there anyway. There's gotta be a hot story in there, something involving more good guy dolls out of control, maybe a band of demonic toys running amok. If we're lucky, maybe we'll even find the Ark of the Covenant. Truly, this was the Nightcrawler of the 90s. Prime-time R-rated news featuring trash bins full of wiping up red paint from the redecorating. This Emax company is getting what it deserves. Not only is it business as usual after the dog killed a lab technician, but reporters can just walk in with a camera, like they're going behind the scenes on a Faces of Death film. Yeah, we could install security cameras in the place, but we needed that money for Dr. Jarrett's cigarette budget and hair dye. We also had to get a chair for the security guard. It's okay if he sleeps. No one would be dumb enough to actually take the tiger home with them. Oh, it's fine. They just stumbled into Manimal's lab. It's gritty reboot Manimal. The lab has taken Dr. Chase's DNA to make super animals that will eat you in the pool. But they're so cute, though.
Here we have a rare, extinct dog.
Does George Foreman like cheeseburgers?
Oh my god, he talks. I'm gonna be rich. No need to pay attention to all the calculators they strap to him. Go ahead and pull those things apart. There's only a 1 in 100 chance it'll cause the dog to explode. I like those odds. We're gonna make you a star.
And this shit.
No more questions. Max wants no part of this hit piece when the company has been so kind in feeding him fresh scientist body parts every morning. I always wanted to see the Lance Henriksen version of Old Yeller.
Max, what's going on?
You're not gonna kill me, Max. I'm on the poster. I like his acting style here. He's like if Dean Jones from Beethoven got away with it and was able to go mainstream with his animal testing. Still, you should probably fix your building so there aren't so many easily breakable parts of the wall to escape. It's like it's starting out like a Lost Dog movie. Just like in Lassie Come Home, the rest of the movie will be Lance trekking through the wilderness to bring his dog back. The police aren't going to do anything either. They're led by Robert Costanzo and John Cassini, acting like they're on the take from the mob.
Vivisection. Those cruel experiments they do on animals to test out new products. My girlfriend talks about it all the time.
Well, your girlfriend is rather ignorant, like most of these animal rights people.
You try and tell her that.
I got her buried in the freaking football field. This problem ain't too serious.
I want Max back. We're not talking about a street mutt here.
For that kind of money, he should be able to find his own way home.
And maybe invest in some door locks and security feeds. Well, case closed. Sure, your project is stolen and equipped with all the powers of the X-Men, but that would require us to actually do something. Hell, Max is saving the streets better than those two cops. No need for the company to also create RoboCop. Max the dog will make things better by bringing the lady back her purse without shooting the man in the dick. He just bites the dick off. Sure, go ahead and keep recording. It's not breaking and entering if the dog obeys commands and if you make historical analogies.
Let's see here. Wait. This is like in a concentration camp.
Yes, 1993 in film showed us all the atrocities of Nazi Germany, from Schindler's List to Dr. Jarrett Mengele in Man's Best Friend, with a remake of the bathroom scene from Short Circuit.
Stephanie, change color.
Oh, thank you, Max.
Nice software.
But meanwhile, Rick Astley has entered the picture. They're even doing the lousy boyfriend plot from Short Circuit, as Perry is worried he'll suffer the same fate as Frank, his belt buckle ruined with laser technology. She likes the dog way more than Perry.
He saved my life. It's incredible. You should have seen it. He's a great guard dog.
Oh yeah, well, I could have done that if I was there. She takes in animals like Stephanie did, and Lance Henriksen is clearly the scroter of the movie. As for condescending Perry...
That's disgusting. How can you read that before you go to bed? You're gonna get nightmares.
Harry,
I don't want you to get nightmares, sweetheart.
He's now decided to go full William Atherton. Let's take a break. She's decided that she'd rather receive kisses from Max than Perry. Perry's breath also smells like an old sock for some reason. Special thanks to our supporters on Patreon for picking this in a tight race, where A Night in Heaven suddenly got a surge after coming in near the bottom in the previous weeks. And while Man's Best Friend may have won the poll, A Night in Heaven won the comments, but we can still count on the sex comedy always coming in last. Sorry, Skinamax Forrest Gump starring Jim Hanks, no Oscars for you this time. Contribute now on patreon.com/The Cinema Snob, where you can also see multiple parts of 1985 in film. That's several hours worth of 1985 Cinema Snob material over on Patreon. We're back, and Perry is pretending to be asleep rather than get Max's acidy slobber on his face. Little did he count on, oh my god, he can open doors! What kind of madman made this? And why the hell did they program him to spy on sex scenes like he's designed by Dr. Meat? Forget the horror part of the movie, I'm here for the jealous love triangle. More so than the scene where Dr. Jarrett has to look through a list of possible suspects. I mean, you'll find out soon enough when the nightly news airs. Plus, he seems like the more unstable one.
Hey, don't do that kind of shit in here. We're sitting on a time bomb.
Doc, have you been taking the same drugs you've been giving Max? Still, we need this scene so it can title drop.
Hey, where you going? We're not done.
We're not talking about Man's Best Friend here.
Are you sure? I, for one, applaud Max for finally taking out the paperboy, always breaking windows, knocking cars on people. I do like that from Lori's point of view, she's in a heartwarming dog family film, while Max is out there tearing apart bicycles. She may be a little too trusting with this dog.
Can I bring him over to my house to meet Heidi?
Does that sound like fun?
What's the worst that could happen? Sure, he may have tried attacking Perry, but who wouldn't do that? He's doing the neighborhood a favor, see? The guy can work on his car safely with the paperboy being gone. Sometimes it's also a sitcom.
All right, good news. Worthy of ESPN.
But anyway, in the hard-boiled detective plot, they're certainly making Dr. Jarrett look like the villain, since he's covering up people who have gone missing inside the lab, and his bizarre Dr. Moreau-esque experiments.
If you took the DNA from each and genetically spliced it into the DNA of a breed of a dog, you would have a magnificent creature.
But why? Despite the doctor's poor choice of hobbies and his corruption, well, they do need to get this killer dog back. And take out these asshole kids, too, who unleash Max on the neighborhood cats. They do a good job of splicing this scene together, as the cat is running to a toy, and the dog is running towards his cues and food. Plus, throughout the film, 5 different dogs were used, with some Max puppets built by Kevin Yeager, who also did effects on Child's Play, and Frank Welker does some vocal effects on it. As for the cat, he's fine. Definitely not swallowed whole by Max. Max saved the cat from the tree and is the town hero. And what the hell has this guy been injected with? He's been horny as hell all throughout the movie. Or he just likes rubbing it in Max's face that Lori will always be mine. That's when he uses his other power. The power to know how cars work so he can take out the brakes. That was close. I've been sitting through so many Final Destination movies lately that I'm surprised when a car accident doesn't happen. And super speed I can understand, but what the hell did the doctor crossbreed Max with to where he knows how to take out brake lines? I guess it is partly a comedy.
And they called it a pillow.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make her howl, but good.
Come here, boy.
Yeah, yes, that's just great. Dr. Meat was also inspired by the Lassie sex scene from Porky's. And I like that even side characters are laughing at the lines.
Oh God, he's trying to kill me.
Who's trying to kill you?
My girlfriend's dog.
That would be the greatest episode of Dateline ever. If I just stumbled across this movie halfway through, there's parts where I would think it's some kind of children's movie, and then this happens. The acidy urine stream would also make me think I'm watching a kid's movie, just a dumb one. Then when I see the mugger's dead body and a homicide investigation, I'd still think it's a kid's movie, just an 80s one. Just toss the bloody glove anywhere you want. We're not taking this crime scene that seriously. He has all the tools at his disposal. Enough PC screens to play 3D chess on all of them until it gives him the answer. Oh, I see this going well. The movie's already had fun with the dog tropes of pissing on a fire hydrant. I can't wait to see what it does with the mailman, especially since they got stuntman Rick Barker to play him. This mailman had to go anyway. He wasted no time in just spraying mace in the dog's face. How many times has he done this to any other animal in the neighborhood? The other animals didn't come equipped with super slow motion capabilities. Max is bred with the best of intelligence from all animals, but at the end of the day, he's still a dog who hates the mailman. And it turns out the doc didn't even need all these computers for his investigation. He got a package with Laurie's name right on it. He's still the one I'm rooting for here. If Laurie sneaks out and hides Max, who knows who else he's gonna kill? The doctor will at least rub Max's nose in the dead bodies to make sure he never does it again. After all, this area under the porch can only hold so many dead bodies. Not that I'm sad when anyone dies in this. What's he gonna do to Perry this time? Rig the stove to explode? That would be kind of awesome. Even though, yes, Max did cut his brake lines, I love how in no time Perry knew that right away, yep, it was the dog who messed with my car. Better poison him with steak tartare.
Eat the food, Max.
Damn, I haven't said this enough yet, but they got a pretty great animal actor to play Max. I believe that he wants to kill this man. And I believe when Max is super annoyed at the parrot.
Hey, Freeman!
I take it there will be no Max and Polly team up? At least these two are doing some police work. They found out that Dr. Jarrett is up to no good.
Jarrett gets busted experimenting on endangered species. His investors pull out and he's rejected by the scientific community.
That's right, he sold his scientific findings to the Carnosaur franchise. Can you guys investigate the doctor later? There's a dog causing a town mail shortage. And why does the news station have better security than the corrupt science lab? He had to shoot his way in here with a dart. We need more characters, though. Something to make it even more like a laugh riot sitcom of the time.
Well, how are we gonna become friends if you're gonna act like that? I got a nice piece of rawhide for you.
Damn right William Sanderson is in this. If Max strikes, he'll prefer it be his brother Daryl or his other brother Daryl. They don't have lines anyway. I would love it if this whole time they just told Ally Sheedy she was in a side story from the A Dog's Purpose universe, like the heartfelt scene with the gentle musical score when she says goodbye to Max, leaving him with William Sanderson for protection. Little does she know he's instantly an abusive prick who hits the dog with a shovel. Who is he, and why was he her first choice to leave Max with? Let's take another break while Perry calls Lori to tell her the dog may or may not have put a bottle of sleeping pills in his Zima. We've got some conventions coming up soon. Doug, Malcolm, and I will be at Planet Funk Con June 27th through the 29th. Then we've got Kineticon in Hartford, Connecticut, July 17th through the 20th. But even sooner than that, the great Eddie Deason and I are paired up for the annual Middle Tennessee Collectibles Show in Lebanon, Tennessee. I'll have plenty of copies of my new book to sign, so hope to see you there. We're back to the live-action version of the scene from Snoopy Come Home where Snoopy was trapped by the girl who treated him like shit. Only if in this case she tried burning him with a blowtorch. The only lesson I'm learning is to never ever let Lori pick your dog sitter, even if the dog wins by biting him in the nuts. Also, if these two are in charge of handling your case, best bring in a superior cop. Trudy from Miami Vice? What are you doing moonlighting in this lab? They do still have better interrogation methods than the doctor.
Remember me? Where's my dog?
The hell? Down, boy. It'll all work out in the end. Perry's got a brand new puppy, and he made sure to check with the shelter that it will not put a lit cloth in Perry's gas tank. Too bad we've upped the jealousy plot lines. Max is back, and he is pissed, looking like if the Terminator peeked in and caught John Connor playing with a Rob robot. Don't worry, as long as Perry isn't in the car, he'll be fine. Oops, probably was a mistake to stand near something that Max could crash through like a badass. If you thought it was bad getting the smell of urine out of your house, try flesh-eating burns of an acidy urine stream in your face. Oof, that's gonna require a lot of moisturizer. He'll be safe once the cops are done wildly firing at anything. Great, they've broken even more windows than the Paperboy. I've reviewed a lot of movies with a high-speed chase, so it's refreshing seeing one where it's the dog they're chasing. The biggest outlaw in cinema since the Doberman Gang. But Max has even more stunt work. That's a good dog! Several cops couldn't take down Max, but I'm sure these two can handle it. These dog catchers are the movie's version of the bumbling cops from Last House on the Left. Max saved his most expensive effect for these two. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could turn a dog into the predator, they didn't stop to think if they should, no matter how hilarious it is. I'm sure she's well protected. She has these guys keeping watch, making sure no chip in the house is left uneaten. And if he goes searching under the porch and makes a lot of noise on account of dying, that'll leave Lori with a sign to get the hell out of there.
Girlie! Girlie, come quick, girlie, danger!
Well, close. Lance is here to save the day. The plan is to get Max to follow them back to the lab, or, I don't know, you could have just tried shooting him with a rocket launcher. And stop fighting this man. Yes, he is evil. We'll deal with that later, but we need to take care of cracked out Shiloh first. Truly the most underrated action hero of the 90s. Jesus Christ. I'd say this experiment was a success in proving that dogs could also have 9 lives. This movie is pretty fun. I remember when it came out, I was writing for our school paper as a movie critic, and when we had the list of movies to choose from, I said, I want Man's Best Friend, and then they wouldn't let me. I can't remember what I ended up reviewing, But if it had been Man's Best Friend, I would have remembered that, so it's nice I can finally review this movie after all these years. This flick very much is what it is. If someone tells you it's about a genetically engineered dog who escapes and is pursued by Lance Henriksen, this is probably what you'd picture in your head, especially if you say it came out in '93. But they do have fun with it, like all the dog movie cliches of chasing cats, the mailman, and pissing on things. What I like most about it, though, is the clever little touch they have with the lighting, the cinematography, and even some of the jokes, in making it seem like it is in the universe of the Beethoven films. Only with a more action-y climax where you can tell it's from the director of Child's Play 2. I don't even know how some of this stuff happens, but the movie is loud about it and with a team effort. Great, Max found his Chester. Considering everything else Max survived, I'm surprised a shotgun took him out. But I do like that despite Max being a very bad boy, his story and what was done to create him does make him a very tragic character, and that's how his final scene is shot. Oh, and it also has the same exact ending as Turner and Hooch, but more appropriate here, where the dog dies, but then we meet Max's puppy. Best sequel tease since the movie Dogs implied that cats were about to take over. It is a crime we never got a sequel to either movie. It wasn't really a bomb, though. It had about a $6 million budget and brought in $12 million domestically, and I'm sure a lot in rentals, but I guess not enough for a son of Max. Thanks for watching, and give us a follow on our Facebook page at facebook.com/TheRealCinemaSnob for more updates and shorts, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, chill, fleabag, or I'll stun gun your butt.